He thinks, why is this happening to me? He smiles sarcastically, believing he has escaped, but is surprised by a young man who appears from behind with an extremely sharp dagger at his neck. A sinister aura arises, revealing that the young man is a legendary assassin with a hidden face. The man begs for his life and offers money. Please wait. You want money? I'll give it to you, but don't eliminate me here. So please, just let me go. The assassin ignores the plea and executes him. The scene cuts. We are in the city. A boy, Aragkai, a 17-year-old high school student, sleepily walks to school. He complains, frustrated. Honestly, after working all night, it's really annoying having to go to school so early. He then reveals in his thoughts, no, I am a murderer. He arrives at his school, one of the most renowned and prestigious in the country. Aragkai enters the classroom bored, with his hands in his pockets and visibly unfriendly, becoming the center of attention. One of his classmates, Midu Shuji, number 35, greets him. Shuji is the ace of the soccer club and also the class president. Shuji greets him, but Aragkai is rude. Hey bro, and immediately goes to sleep, leaving Shuji in a catatonic state and frozen in time. A white-haired girl, Nagase Reina, number 22, an elegant Gyaru, comments, as stated, that guy is as rude as ever. She criticizes Aragkai to Shuji. Shuji, there's no need to greet people like him. Shuji, calm and charismatic, defends his friend. Come on, he's my classmate too, remember? I bet he's tired, that's why he's still being rude. At that moment, another imposing-looking young man with 2 earrings arrives. The pink-haired girl, Rina, laments, oh no, it can't be, an even ruder guy just arrived. This is Arashi Shuzuki, number 1, the leader of a notorious local delinquent gang. The students respect and greet him, and some are even afraid of him. Looking at Aragkai sleeping, Arashi approaches him and shouts, hi! But Aragkai remains asleep, as if nothing had happened. The gangster, Arashi Shuzuki, number 1, stared at Aragkai, who remained asleep. Lucky you, it must be nice to sleep so soundly, right? Listen here, idiot, I'm talking to you. Arashi tried to grab Arakkai's head, but the protagonist acted instantly, grabbing the gangster's hand and nearly breaking his bones. Aragkai, sleepy, complained, I'm sleepy, what do you want? The gangster, feeling the pain, shouted, let me go, you idiot! Aragkai noticed the intensity of his reaction. I'm sorry, you can't move, can you? The gangster, furious, called him a weirdo. Aragkai, annoyed, simply told him to be quiet. The scene expanded to the classroom. Kanzaki Rin, number 8, a beautiful girl talented in martial arts and literature, looked at Arashi. The gangster challenged her. What's wrong, you bitch? Are you going to start talking nonsense too? Another student, Hashimoto Mirei, number 29, from the disciplinary committee, intervened. Hey, that's not how we should act at school. Narumi Yoshia, number 23, a superficial classmate, warned Mirei, hey, he's just going to undermine you, so just let it go. As class began, everyone returned to their seats. The class was the first year, Class 2, of Shinzo High School. While the students studied and Aragkai slept, the protagonist felt a strange sensation and began to observe. He thought, is it coming from under Midu's feet? On the ground, beneath Midu Shuji, a symbol opened, transforming into a dimensional portal. The students panicked. What's going on here? What the heck is this? Aragkai, though surprised, reasoned quickly. What the hell is this? No, there's no time to think. He considered evacuating the room, but realized, no, they won't succeed. At that moment, the yellowish light from the portal transported the entire group to another dimension. The scene cuts. The students were lying on the ground, stunned. Aragkai was the only one on guard, assessing the situation. He thought, let's see where we came from. He observed the place, a building made of stones with large columns and only one exit. It's hard to believe, but it seems we were swallowed by that white light. Could the whole class have been transported somewhere? The colleagues woke up, confused. Wait, what happened? What is this place? How did we get here? What was that white light? A colleague tried to calm them down. Let's calm down, everyone. I don't know what happened either, but Midu Shuji tried to remain calm. First of all, we have to make sure everyone is okay. His colleagues agreed, believing Shuji to be the ideal person to lead. Arashi Shuzuki, the gangster, stood up impetuously. We can't waste any time. We need to see what's going on here first. You two, follow me and start giving orders. Aragkai tried to intervene. That's a good idea, but wait, Arashi. Arashi didn't understand. Aragkai explained, I hear footsteps. Someone is coming from the other side of that door. And there are two of them, a man and a woman. The question is, will they be able to understand us? At that moment, the door opened, revealing a celestial blue light, and a man and a woman appeared. The woman began to speak with an aura of royalty. Impressive, dear would-be heroes. It seems you've all calmed down. So beautiful. The students were confused. What is this? Cosplay? They look like medieval knights, a princess. They wondered about the word hero. Arag Kai, leaning against a pillar, analyzed the situation. The man looks like a swordsman, and he's on alert. This isn't some cosplay. This guy is quite strong. As for the woman, she has some muscles, but she looks fairly normal. The woman introduced herself. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Leonora, the Archbishop of the sacred land of Igarest. This is Gaius. He is a knight and my protector, the one who is with me. Arashi Shuzuki, the gangster, shouted, I've never heard of this country before. Are you kidding me? Leonora replied, We're not playing a joke on you, but I'm sure that's how it seems to you. Arag Kai, taking control of the situation, intervened. Excuse me, we suddenly find ourselves here, so we're a little nervous. What happened to us? Do you know anything about it? Leonora explained. Yes, of course. I'm here to explain exactly that. First, let me honestly tell you the circumstances in which you were placed. You were summoned to a parallel world. The students were shocked. Leonora continued. With hope for humanity to defeat the evil demon king. How do these world's heroes fare? Even Arag Kai found it hard to believe. That's a little hard to believe, honestly. Gaius, the knight, was offended by the gangster and addressed him. You there, watch your mouth, that lady is a saint of our country. Arashi retorted, Shut up, old man, don't make me kill you. Gaius grew furious. You monster. I see it would be better for you to experience some pain. Leonora intervened. Gaius, stop. There's no need for violence. Gaius didn't back down. I know they don't understand anything, but we still have to break their teeth. The gangster, excited, accepted the challenge. Fine by me, time for your death, old man. Arag Kai, hidden away, admired Arashi's courage. He's not even hesitating to challenge a man with a sword at his waist. He's brave. I admire that. Arashi thought confidently. I'm used to fighting armed people. If I can just dodge the first attack and close the distance, it's actually better to be unarmed. Arashi lunged forward, but Gaius was much faster, launching a blow that scratched Arashi's forehead and caused him to bleed. Gaius warned him, I only cut a hair, but next time I won't hold back. The gangster thought, surprised. I could barely see the sword move, leaving all the students astonished. Leonora quickly intervened. That's enough, my host. Put away your sword now. Gaius obeyed. Leonora addressed the students with a feline smile and a menacing look. I apologize for my knight's aggression. We certainly didn't intend to hurt any of you. I'll explain this world, the reason you're here, and everything else. So first, be quiet. She began her explanation. Right now, because of the Demon King's invasion, humanity in this world is facing extinction at this very moment. Our country, the sacred nation of Diagresters, continues to resist, but we do not have the power to completely stop the invasion. Arag Kai, hiding, thought, a demon king is a pretty common story. Leonora continued. The only thing left for humanity, its last hope, is all of you, the would-be heroes. The students became agitated. So what you're telling us is to defeat the Demon King. Come on, that's impossible, said Narumi Yoshia. Mirei Hashimoto, the committee leader, tried to maintain order. There's no point in talking about that now, forget the fight. Some of us are already terrified, saying we want to go back to our world. Gaius, the knight, said firmly, I know it may be difficult, perhaps impossible, but you will have to try. Besides, there is no way all of you can return to your world unless you defeat the Demon King. This caused panic. Arag Kai analyzed the situation. Leaving aside the authenticity of this information, he probably only said it to motivate us. He then thought cynically, even so, these people who have always lived in peace can't simply start killing people all of a sudden. For that, they need experience, and above all, talent. Arashi, the gangster, shouted again. So, after you randomly summoned us here, you're saying we just need to shut up and obey? You wretches, you're the kind of people I hate the most. Gaius thought, it seems his fighting spirit is still unbreakable. He may be a useful warrior, but he can also cause trouble. Perhaps I should just get rid of him right here and now. When Gaius made to draw his sword, Leonora approached Arashi and recited a healing incantation. "O Lord, I cry out to you, grant him comfort, heal him." Arashi's wound healed. Leonora apologized. "I know we were rude. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'm truly sorry." Rena, the girl with pink hair, wondered about the healing power. Leonora explained, "This power is called the system. We use the system that was granted to us by our god Digerestes." She continued, "And momentarily we cause our phenomena to occur in the world. Translating into terms you understand, it's magic, I think," she said. Aragkai thought, "She seems to know about our culture. Perhaps this isn't the first time she's summoned people from other worlds." Leonora continued her explanation. "That power is the reason I summoned you all here." She approached Midu Shuji, touched his forehead, and Shuji's hand began to glow. He exclaimed, "The light in my hand has transformed into a sword?" Leonora confirmed, "You, aspiring heroes, can wield the power of this system and awaken your innate ability for divine protection." She pleaded, "I summoned you here suddenly, and now you cannot return. I know very well that this is a selfish request, but please lend us your abilities." Shuji rightly reasoned, "No matter how much power you grant us, we can't just start fighting immediately, you know?" Leonora agreed. "Yes, you really need to train for a while. And of course, while you're training, my country will take care of you." Shuji, as leader, persuaded the group. "All right, everyone listen. I know you're scared, but to survive here, what we need first is information and protection. Besides, I'm sure this divine protection will also be useful when we're on Apollo's planet, so maybe we should listen to you for now, right?" His classmates, trusting Shuji, agreed. Leonora smiled. "Thank you very much. Well then, I will give you divine protection now." She began to bless each student. Hashimoto Mirei, disciplinary committee, received telekinesis. Arashi Shuzuki, gangster, received explosion. Other students received skills such as fire, sword fighting, tornadoes, and verdant fires. Leonora asked, "Did everyone go? Isn't someone missing?" At that moment, Aragkai approached. "No, I am the last one." Leonora, surprised that she hadn't noticed him. "I'm sorry, I didn't even realize, so here it is." Upon touching it, Aragkai felt something different. His vision shifted, and his eyes turned red. He saw a status screen about Leonora. Leonora Degaris, age 18, gender female, attack A, and all her attributes. Aragkai's divine protection was judgment, an extremely rare ability. "Judgment?" asked Aragkai. Leonora explained, "It's like a power that allows you to see the details of your target." Aragkai tested the ability, seeing his own skills, name, condition, system power, and even a level 5 concealment skill. He understood. "I see. That's how they're displayed. It's like a status screen you see in games, but it's surprisingly easy to understand." While he was analyzing his abilities, Arashi Shizuki appeared behind him, striking the ground with a brutal blow of his explosion. Arashi asked sarcastically, "What did you think of my explosion? What did you achieve? Just red eyes?" His classmates started laughing at Aragkai. Even Nagase Reina, the pink-haired girl, laughed. "That's what he gets for acting like he's so important." Aragkai ignored the insults and analyzed the situation. Why are they acting so suddenly, acting so arrogantly and powerfully? We still don't have enough information to say what is useful and what isn't. He concluded, "In any case, divine protection is just borrowed power. There's no telling when it will be taken away. However, there are many other ways to kill people." Leonora continued the instruction. "Well, in short, now that everyone has received their divine protection, I also know it will be difficult to control it at first. But they will be your weapons against the Demon King." She concluded the day by saying, "Well, I'm sure you must be tired, so please get some rest today." Cut to the next scene. Later that night, the would-be heroes were taken to their private rooms. Aragkai thought, "I should gather some information before going to sleep." Using his level 5 concealment skill, implied, he went out the window to investigate the kingdom. As he walked, he heard 2 soldiers patrolling. The first soldier complained, "Damn it! Why are we patrolling so late at night if we can't see anything?" The second one replied, "It's not like we have much of a choice, since the candidates for heroes have just been summoned." The first soldier looked down on the newcomers. "Aspiring heroes, they can't even protect themselves. From what I've seen, they're just weaklings. They don't seem capable of fighting. And they're supposedly going to defeat the Demon King? That seems unreal." Aragkai, hidden high in a tree, overheard the soldiers' conversation. I'm sure the saint knows something we don't. He thought, this is the third time I've encountered guards. From what I can hear, it seems they're reinforcing their defenses. He activated his judgment skill to analyze the soldiers, seeing their names, age, agility, and gender. He noted, interesting. His only skill is swordsmanship? I thought they might notice I'm using the system, or whatever it is, but I guess not everyone here can use it. Aragkai moved forward, thinking, besides, now I've learned most of the geography around the castle. It's a typical fortified city. As for the inner castle, I'm curious, but it's heavily guarded and securely built, so it would be difficult to sneak in. He stopped in the bushes, seeing the guards at the castle entrance. Still, there's no need to rush. I can stay here and try again tomorrow. The scene cuts. Some of his classmates were in the countryside, planning to train their new powers. They were saying, this is a good place, isn't it? It's very open and spacious. A colleague, apprehensive, warned, hey, seriously, maybe we shouldn't do that. They might get angry with us. Another retorted, oh, are you scared? Relax, let's just practice our divine protection a little. Everything should be fine. They were just angry with Hashimoto anyway. Nagase Reina, pink hair, agreed. I couldn't sleep either, besides, this is for our own good, and began to activate her fire ability. Each one activated her ability. Aragkai was hiding behind a tree, watching them. Rina continued, there are many things I'm curious about, so I'll just observe for a while. As he watched them, Aragkai felt a strangely odd sensation. One of the girls heard a noise and they got scared. From inside the mini-forest, a creature emerged, a giant lizard. Aragkai activated his judgment ability on the creature. He saw the lizard species, its age, and that its condition was aggressive. Aragkai concluded, alarmed. The problem is that his statistics are overwhelmingly better than Nagase's and the others. The lizard let out a brutal scream that startled the girls and made them run. The giant lizard chased after them across the lawn. Aragkai observed the lizard. Furthermore, it moves quite fast on all fours, but only in a straight line. It also seems to lack intelligence. He assessed, its skin also seems tough, so I'm not sure if a blade would work, but I'll give it a try. Aragkai launched a blade at brutal speed that struck the lizard. He confirmed, throwing knives are effective. However, the cuts are superficial. The girls kept running, but Nagase Reina tripped. The lizard approached to trample her. At that crucial moment, a dagger was plunged into the lizard's head, causing it to fall instantly. Rina, stunned, thought, what happened? Did someone save me? I'm not sure, but let's get out of here. I don't want to see any more monsters. Aragkai thought, revealing his action. There was no reason to save them. It would be bad for my own conscience to ignore them. He removed the dagger from the lizard's head. So there are monsters like this roaming this world. I guess things won't be so easy here. As he drew his dagger, Aragkai felt a sense of closeness and considered retreating. Perhaps I should go back as well. Someone with a hood and hidden face appeared, he stated in a somber voice. I was disappointed after seeing how useless and weak these would-be heroes are. But that one there smelled exactly like me. The mysterious stranger licked a drop of blood that ran down his face. The scene cuts to the hero's quarters. The lizard that attacked the girls is lying on the floor, being carried by Gaius. Gaius reported, this monster was found near the royal capital last night. The students were shocked. A monster? There's a monster in the city? Gaius explained, the demon king drives the monsters into a frenzy. As a result, they wouldn't be human garbage. These are the things you will be fighting against. The coroner examined the monster's body. Gaius asked if he had found anything. The coroner replied, there are traces of witchcraft being used, probably by a demon above the average level. Gaius commented, perhaps they were testing our power after hearing rumors about the candidates there. Aragkai, observing from afar, thought, sorcery. That's a new word. Is it different from magic? The regular students started asking, so you're telling me that this monster was being controlled by a demon or something? The coroner confirmed, that's correct. Exactly that. Strong demons can use enslavement spells, and with that, they can control weaker monsters. He explained the origin of the monsters. First of all, the word monster refers to a creature transformed by mana until it becomes abnormally aggressive and strong, and mana is a paranormal power that was produced by the god of evil. In other words, it is the power that the demon king and the demons use. Gaius the Knight, interrupted the coroner's explanation and grabbed him by the collar, taking him off the scene. Arag Kai, observing, thought, "Is he a researcher? How wonderful. I can use him to gather information." But I think the real problem here isn't that. The problem is that this creature is being controlled by someone. He connected the dots. So the true identity of those eyes I sensed back then was a demon? Well, in any case, it must be very skilled, since I could barely feel its presence. It might even be near us right now, he thought, sharpening his senses. At that moment, a vision surfaced in his subconscious, a sarcastic voice. "This fear will only lead you to death. You know that." Arag Kai realized he was afraid. The students continued to argue with Gaius. The gangster Arashi asked again if they could really go home after defeating the Demon King, expressing fear. Arag Kai felt satisfied. Well, the protagonist is happy because they finally realize this isn't a game. Fighting to the death is the same no matter what world you're in. It's a good thing he's trained in the previous world. They better learn the weight of this truth quickly. Leonora intervened. "You just don't know how to use your powers yet. Stay calm. All you need to do is train us. Why were you all chosen by another world as hero candidates? Your growth rate will be different from your abilities in this world. So let's train." A week has passed since the students started training. Arag Kai was in the library, reading. He thought, well, it's rather strange that we can talk to each other in the first place. He looked out the window and saw the others training. I was told that my judgment ability wasn't adequate divine protection for battle, so I was excluded from training, but allowed into the library. Leonora found him. "How about doing some reading?" Arag Kai's classmates laughed at him, unaware that the outcast boy was a lethal assassin. Arag Kai concluded the reading. That's all they have on history and culture. It seems there's nothing on demons either. He left the library and observed the training. Exactly as Leonora said, the students are progressing well at an unbelievable rate. He listed the strongest ones. Narumi, gusts of wind. Arashi, significant explosion. Kanzaki, telecinese. Nagase, fire ability. However, he noticed another person with extraordinary growth. Midu Shuji. In a duel, Shuji easily disarmed a soldier with his evil-destroying sword. Arag Kai was impressed. That's incredibly fast, even for a genius. God's divine protection also seems to affect things not directly related to powers. The strongest students formed a group, changing their clothes and attitudes. They taunted Arag Kai. "Hey, what's a guy who can't even fight doing on the training field? Just go and read your books in silence," they said. Arag Kai coldly analyzed them. "These guys are the same as always. They haven't changed at all. The others are looking down on me too. They're getting pretty reckless after acquiring this power." A colleague approached, mocking. "Why are you ignoring me? Let's be friends, man." As he extended his hand, the colleague suddenly fell brutally, hitting his head on the ground. Arag Kai feigned innocence. "What's wrong, man? Why did you just fall for no reason? Are you okay?" His classmates were confused by what seemed like a hilarious accident. At that moment, Leonora and Gaius arrived. Leonora praised the group. "You've all grown so quickly, faster than I imagined. So I decided to move forward with our plans." The green-haired boy asked, "Plans? You're not going to tell us to kill the Demon King immediately, are you?" Leonora reassured him. "Of course not. I wouldn't go that far. What I want you to do is practice fighting monsters." "Monsters? Fighting?" Leonora confirmed. "Yes, exactly. They're going to fight the monsters so we can test their powers and see what levels they're at." "Okay, let's get to the practice. Now, regarding the combat exercises, as we can see, we're in the middle of a forest." Leonora led the group into a forest, and Gaius, the host, explained the reason. "It's a place full of obstacles, so we can't move with such a large group. Therefore, we're going to divide you into teams of 2 to 3 people." The students began forming teams. Nagase Reina, pink hair, asked Shuji, "Do you want to form a team, Shuji?" Arashi Shizuki, explosion, became one of the most sought after, but he grew arrogant and didn't care much, looking down on his colleagues. Gaius asked the 2 remaining students, "What's wrong with you 2? One of the students, Kanzaki Rin, explained, "I think they don't want to group up with me." It's implied that this was because of her powers or her personality. She addressed Arag Kai. "I guess I have no choice but to join you. Are you okay with that?" Arag Kai replied, "Yes, I don't mind." He quickly analyzed her. Kanzaki Rin, she has an apathetic personality and confidence. Plus, she's proud and seems like she wouldn't let anyone stand in her way. Rin asked him, "Why is the protagonist looking at her?" Arag Kai replied, "It's nothing, let's go." Leonora announced the rules of the exercise. "Listen, everyone. Since this is a special occasion, the team that defeats the most monsters will receive a surprise reward." Everyone cheered. With that, the combat exercise begins now. Arag Kai and Kanzaki Rin entered the forest. Rin proudly declared, "Let me tell you this. My divine protection is superior to everyone else's. So I don't need you to do anything. Just don't get in my way." Arag Kai readily agreed. "Okay, I'll leave everything to you." Rin mocked him. "You're not even proud, are you? Well, let's go." Arag Kai thought, "First, let's just observe their combat skills." He sensed 4 presences. They are surrounding us. A half-elf goblin appeared. Kanzaki Rin prepared herself. She didn't use brute force, but rather her domination ability, which he initially judged to be telekinesis, but revealed itself to be a power of command, to impose it on the target. Rin commanded the monster, "Drop your weapon." The goblin obeyed. "Put your hands behind your back." The goblin complied. Arag Kai asked, "What's wrong? You look tired." Rin explained, "I get tired when I use my divine protection for too long because it consumes a lot of mana." Arag Kai ordered pragmatically, "Kill that thing then. The next one is coming." Rin hesitated. "Kill? But doesn't this monster look a little like a human?" She felt pity. Arag Kai was harsh. "So what? You're aware that that thing tried to attack us, right? Those things are our enemies. There's no reason to let them live." He thought cynically, well, even with power, she's still just a naive student from Japan, too used to peace. Arag Kai picked up a stone and threw it, stating, "The only important thing is whether or not she can make the right decision in the face of danger." At that moment, 3 more goblins came in a rage. Rin used her ability and subdued all 3. Arag Kai asked, "And now, what are you going to do?" Rin yelled, frustrated, "Shut up and help me! You were the only one who said I didn't have to do anything." She was upset about having to kill. She gave the final command, "Monsters, wring your own necks." Surreal. The goblins twisted their own necks, tearing off their heads. Arag Kai analyzed. "So you can also carry out this kind of order? That's extremely interesting." Rin explained, "Yes, but the more difficult the request, the lower the chances of success. Having fought for real and seen corpses with my own eyes like this, I was wrong to think it would be easier." Arag Kai gave his assassin's philosophy. "These things attacked us, so they are our enemies. It doesn't matter if they are monsters or humans, you have to kill your enemies. If you want to keep living, of course." Rin confronted him. "How can you stay so calm? You don't even have powers." Arag Kai smiled. "Don't worry about it. Keeping my nerves calm is my strong point." Arag Kai looked at the goblin's body. "Looks like there's no loot." He peered inside the monsters, trying to hunt for abilities to acquire. Arag Kai asked his partner, "So girl, what now? Should we continue? Or if you're too scared, we can go back." Rin struck an imposing stance. "Of course not. Let's continue. Let's keep walking." Arag Kai thought, she wasn't just trying to look brave now, but it's kind of her character. It's not so bad. He admired that and wondered how the others were doing. The scene cuts to another group in the forest, running from a monster that seemed stronger than they had imagined, half bear and half gorilla. The green-haired boy, Narumi Yoshia, Wind Blasts, turned around. He and his classmate used their coordinated attack skills, wind blasts and stone bullets, against the monster, but it had no effect. They were scared. The scene returns to Kanzaki Rin. She was thinking, revealing her motivation. "I have to go back to my world. I still haven't repaid my grandfather for raising me until now. I really wanted to show him how much I've grown and make him happy. I bet he's very sad right now." She spoke to Arag Kai. "Let's keep going, but what if we get lost?" Arag Kai replied, "We won't get lost walking in a straight line." Rin retorted, irritated, "If that's really what you think, you're really underestimating the forest. After all, just walking in a straight line doesn't mean you won't get lost." Rin thought, "This boy is so arrogant. What the heck is wrong with him?" Arag Kai noticed she was staring at him. "What are you staring at me for? Did I do something wrong?" Rin denied it. "Nothing." They continued walking. Kanzaki Rin strained her ears and thought, "Well, was that Arashimoto-san's voice a moment ago? It seems they're in trouble with big problems. What will we do?" She decided, "We'll help him, of course. I hope she's all right." Aragkai commented, "That's very kind of you." He knew that she, with her humble heart, would help. The scene shifts to Hashimoto Mirai, who was injured. Her colleague, Narumi Yoshia, Wind, couldn't leave her behind, but he was in trouble. The monster was a robust, gigantic jungle bear. Kanzaki Rin used her domination skill, giving the monster the command, "Stop attacking!" The monster obeyed, but Rin shouted to them, "Run quickly, because I can't hold out much longer." Aragkai analyzed, "Just as I thought. Kanzaki's power has a different effect depending on the target." He addressed Yoshia. "Is she alive?" Yoshia confirmed, "She is indeed breathing." Aragkai gave the order, "Then carry her away on your back and get out of here right now." Yoshia hesitated, wanting to help, but Aragkai insisted that he take care of Hashimoto first. Yoshia agreed to leave the rest to Aragkai and was advised to ask for help if he encountered Leonora or Midu. Aragkai activated his judgment to analyze the monster. Species: mutant bear, armored. Skills: quite high, especially defense. Its fur seemed resilient. Aragkai concluded, "Well, I don't think my attacks can harm it. Besides, what does the mutant species mean?" At that moment, Rin gave in. "I can't take it anymore," and let go of the domination. The mutant bear tried to attack. Aragkai was pleased that she had bought him time, but Rin tried to escape and realized that her legs were paralyzed due to mana depletion. Aragkai saw the worst-case scenario. "This is bad." He acted. He grabbed a smoke grenade from his jacket and threw it, blinding the bear. He then picked Kanzaki Rin up in his arms with incredible speed, without her realizing how fast she was. He ordered her, "Stay quiet, or he'll hear us." Aragkai and Kanzaki Rin hid behind a tree. Rin thought, "What was that smoke a moment ago?" Aragkai lied, "It's just a smoke bomb. I made it while you were training." He revealed, to himself and aloud to Rin, "I had some equipment with me before I was summoned. Since it wasn't much, I didn't want to use it so carelessly." He listed his arsenal: pistol, knife, smoke grenade, training knife, the basic equipment for an assassin. To Arakkai's surprise, Rin apologized. "Well, because I was the one who said we should go help them, but I was the one who ended up being saved." Aragkai refused the apology, but asked, "I would like to hear thank you." Rin, her face flushed, thanked the protagonist. Aragkai joked, showing a softer side. "If you were any cuter like this, I think everyone would like you, wouldn't they?" Rin tried to retort, "It's not like I wasn't." Aragkai silenced her. "Don't make me talk again. Be quiet." Rin asked what he planned to do. Aragkai replied, "It seems there's no need for that." They watched. The mutant bear encountered the group of Midu Shuji, swordsman, and Nagase Reina, fire. Shuji confronted the bear. "You're the monster that attacked Narumi and the others? Well, now I'll be your opponent." He activated his ability. Evil Crushing Sword, activated. Shuji advanced. He dodged the bear's attack, and with relentless force, struck the bear's arm with his blade, causing it to bleed profusely. Rina yelled, "Shuji, move!" as she unleashed her extremely powerful fire ability on the bear. Shuji moved out of the way, and the fire caught on the bear. Rina was pleased. The bear managed to evade the attacks, advancing furiously. Shuji reassured Rina, "Stay calm, Rina. Your attack was truly effective. Its movement has become slower than before," he analyzed. "Let's stay calm and finish this off together," said the swordsman. Shuji said, encouraging the girls, "Right, girls? Good, follow me." He confidently advanced toward the mutant bear. High in the treetops, a demonic figure watched. It was Delphus, a veteran demon assassin. Delphus analyzed the situation. "I think the bear's armor can't do anything against them now. What rapid growth. And above all, their calmness is truly impressive. It seems they've evolved quite a bit, especially that one over there." He changed his plans. This was supposed to be an escort mission, but it's time to change plans. I'm going to end things here. While Delphus watched, Shuji delivered the final blow, plunging his sword into the mutant bear's stomach, leading to its defeat. Delphus thought malevolently, "Take this lesson with you to another world, boy. The biggest mistake you can make in this world is believing your enemy is already dead." At that moment, Delphus was about to enter the scene to eliminate Shuji, but with brutal, almost unseen speed, Aragkai interfered. Aragkai suddenly appeared behind Delphis and threatened him with a blade, placing a dagger to his neck. Aragkai said, "My parents taught me well. The moment you make the biggest mistake is when you're killing your enemy." Delphis threw the knife he was holding to the ground in a gesture of surrender or evasion. Delphis, surprised, thought, "How did he get behind me?" "No, but more importantly, I need to find a way to escape soon." He then said to Aragkai, "I'll keep that in mind." Aragkai acted quickly, using the dagger to sever the nerves in Delphis's feet and immobilize him. He positioned himself over the demon and whispered, "Try not to scream too loudly now. We don't want Midor and the others to notice you. Stay quiet." Aragkai pointed the knife at Delphis, the Demon King's servant, and promised, "I'm going to ask you some questions. If you answer honestly, I'll let you go." Delphis asked arrogantly, "Of course I'm not going to do that. Who the hell are you in the first place?" Aragkai replied, "I'm the only one who lives in the shadows, someone from another world." Delphis realized, recalling the feeling, could it have been that guy? "I knew they were being watched." Aragkai confirmed, "However, you didn't give in so easily, so I waited for you to be drawn in." Delphis replied, "So you noticed me from the start? That's surprising." Aragkai went straight to the point. "We haven't been in this world for very long, so what I need is information. That's why you're going to spill everything you know about demons to me." Delphis smiled sarcastically. "You think I'm really going to talk?" Aragkai punished him, stepping on his back and causing him excruciating pain. "You'd better speak honestly unless you want to experience hell." Delphis defiantly, "Don't underestimate me, kid." At that moment, Delphis acted desperately. He grabbed and drank poison, committing instant suicide to avoid being interrogated. Aragkai was frustrated. So he had poison? Damn it, he already had a plan B for that. The Demon King's army, I guess they won't be as troublesome as I thought. His system was activated. At that very moment, Kenzaki Rin arrived at the scene. Horrified seeing Delphis's body and Aragkai standing on it, she asked, "Aragkai, is that a dead human being at your feet?" She was terrified. Aragkai looked at her with a terrorist-like gaze, as if saying, "Be quiet." He now had a deadly secret, a murderous demon at his feet, and a partner who was a ticking time bomb. Hero training had just turned into a shadow play. If you've made it this far, comment, "I want part 2, because this story is incredible." Our protagonist is getting into an increasingly complicated situation, and it seems things are only going to get more intense from here on out. Will he really face the Demon King in the next chapters? Well, there's only one way to find out. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.